Okay, tonight we're going to go over a white crane punch defense. This is one of the techniques that we didn't do in the Shuai Jiao seminar. So it's a Shuai Jiao technique. It's going to use a joint lock. Okay, we're going to utilize a joint lock to take him down to the ground. So as he steps in with a punch, I'm going to block it. I'm going to deflect it. Now we can even do this off a jab. As he punches, this is kind of a trap in a sort of a way. Okay, but if he throws a punch and I try to trap his hand, and punch a little quicker, and I try to trap his hand right there, he's going to pull it back. Even if I get it, I'm not going to be able to control him. So we're not going to try to just, as he punches, I'm not just going to try to trap him and control him from there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stick with him. And we've done this in a few other techniques. Some of you guys have done this before. So he punches, I'm going to stick with him as I move in. Okay, I block. Oh, slow motion. I block and I stick with him. I'm not moving straight in though. Why? Do you see it? Dennis?
Because his left hand could...
Yep, exactly. As I'm moving in, I have to be wary of this hand. Okay, so as I move in, I'm moving around into the outside. Okay, so he punches, I stick with him, I move around, I slide right underneath. Okay, this hand can come in, and I can grab on to create a little more leverage. I could lock him straight down like this. Okay, but even that, he'll be able to resist because I'm directing my force this way. All he has to do is direct his force straight backwards. If I move him in a circle, it becomes much more difficult for him to compensate. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I block, I stick with him, I slip underneath, I grab, and now I step around and we throw him down. Okay? Again. He punches, I stick with him, I'm bringing it, you can see I'm bringing it off at an angle too. It's more difficult for him to overpower me here. Okay, it's more difficult for him to resist. So I slide in. I want to keep the arm at 90 degrees as much as possible because this is where his joint is going to be the weakest, where his elbow is going to be the weakest. Okay, as I lock. So I want to keep it at 90 degrees. I want to keep my arm close to the elbow. I can even use pressure point. I can press in on the tendon. I'm locking here. If I lock by the shoulder, stand up. He has a lot of strength by the shoulder. If I lock here, go ahead, stand up. You can see a big difference there. So I'm locking by the shoulder. I'm keeping this at around 90 degrees. And then from here, I just spin right around. And we take him down to the ground. Okay, let's just change sides. We'll do it again. The punch comes in, I block and I stick with him. I slide in, I can grab, and we swing him down. All right, any questions? Get with a partner, let's go. We'll help you out. Right under now, let the elbow bend. Hang on, you keep this arm here. Now this foot, I want you to step around, nice and slow. You fall down there.
Whoa, somebody else.
When you take her around too, make sure you're like...
When he punches, and now he's pulling his punch back, he's going to bend his arm. He's pulling it straight back. Okay? A lot of you guys, after you do it the first time, you actually start just pulling it back to where you know. See, if I'm bringing his arm, if I'm directing his arm over here, a lot of you guys start to do that on your own for your partner. Don't do that. Pull your punch straight back into position. As he goes straight back, I redirect a little. Now, because he's retracting his punch, his elbow should be bent. That's how we get this lock, where it's bent. If he starts to straighten his arm on me, as I'm doing this, well now, I'm just going to do an arm bar. Okay, I can just bring him straight down and lock the arm there.